Can snakes really dance to music?
Seeing a snake dance to the tunes of a snake charmer is quite a sight. But can snakes really feel the beat and move to the music? Here's the twist. Snakes are deaf to airborne sounds. That's right. Those swaying moves aren't a dance at all. Snakes can't even hear the music because they don't have external ears like we do. Instead, they're responding to the movements and vibrations coming from the snake charmer's instrument, as well as the charmer himself. They're basically following the flute's movement, thinking it's a threat, and keeping their eyes, well, eye-like sensors, on it to stay safe. If you think about it, it's like they're boxing with the air. Even without jamming out to tunes, snakes capture our attention with their mysterious, rhythmic movements. So next time you see a dancing snake, remember, it's not about the melody. It's a silent dance based on silent vibes that we humans get to put a soundtrack to. Nature has its own kind of music, and sometimes it's all about the movement.
Why can't penguins fly?
You might have seen adorable penguins waddling around or sliding on ice in movies or cartoons. They're birds, right? So why can't these cute creatures fly like the rest of their bird friends? The secret to this is quite fascinating and a bit of a surprise too. You see, penguins have super dense bones. Unlike other birds that have hollow bones to be light enough to take off into the sky, penguins are the deep-sea divers of the bird family. Their solid bones help them dive and zoom through the water to catch fish. Speaking of swimming, penguins are absolute champs at it. Their wings are more like flippers, perfectly shaped for gliding in the sea. The emperor penguin can dive deeper than any other bird, up to 1,850 feet, which is nearly as tall as 6 Statue of Liberties stacked on top of each other. If that's not impressive enough, penguins can hold their breath underwater for around 20 minutes. So, while they may not soar in the air, penguins fly through the water with incredible style and skill.
Why doesn't chocolate melt in your hands?
Ever wondered why chocolate doesn't just melt away in your hands the moment you touch it? The secret behind this sweet magic is science. Chocolate is made from cocoa butter, and it has a superpower. It can stay solid at room temperature, but melts easily in your mouth. This happens because of something called tempering. When chocolate is tempered, it's heated and cooled in a special way that lines up all the fat molecules neatly. This process creates a stable form of chocolate that only melts at around 30 to 32 degrees Celsius, 86 to 90 degrees Fahrenheit, which is just a bit below the human body temperature. That's why it can survive in your hands without turning into a gooey mess, but gives you that smooth, melty feeling when you eat it. Chocolate makers are like wizards, carefully controlling the temperature to get that perfect snap and shine. So next time you snap off a piece of chocolate, think about the neat little fat molecules holding hands and waiting for the warm welcome of your mouth to start the melt.
Can singing sand dunes serenade you?
Imagine walking in the desert and hearing a low, rumbling song, but there's no one else around. Creepy? No, it's just the singing sand dunes. Yes, you heard right. Some sand dunes can sing or make music. But how? When the grains of sand in certain dunes shuffle down a steep slope, they make a sound that can be as loud as a plane's engine. This happens because all those tiny grains are super round and the same size, so sliding together, they make vibrations. It's like they're all shouting together, rather than having a bunch of different whispers. Even cooler, the type of song depends on the sand. Some dunes might hum or buzz, while others can even whistle. Scientists are still figuring out all the reasons why this happens, but it's like the dunes have their own natural orchestra that plays without a conductor. So the next time you think of the desert as a silent place, just remember, there might be a sand dune out there practicing its scales.
Why can't you find the end of a rainbow?
We've all heard stories about a pot of gold at the end of a rainbow, but have you ever wondered why you can't actually find that end? Rainbows are like a game of hide and seek that you can never win, and it's all because of how they work. Rainbows happen when sunlight gets bent and bounced off raindrops. It's like each little drop is a tiny mirror sending colors back to you. But here's the kicker. Rainbows are a circle. Yep, they don't just arch, they go all the way around in a loop. We only see a part of it because the ground gets in the way. Plus, the rainbow you're seeing depends on where you're standing and where the sun is shining. Move, and the rainbow's position changes because it's all about your personal view, not a fixed spot you can reach. It's like the rainbow is saying, "Nope, you can't tag me." So, while we can't grab that pot of gold, we do get a pretty cool light show that's different for everyone.
Got 8 arms and fantastic sight? The amazing octopus!
Did you know that an octopus can see with its skin? That's right. It's not just those big, incredible eyes that help it check out what's around. It can actually sense light with its skin. Octopuses have special cells called chromatophores that change color and help them blend into their surroundings like ninjas. But wait, there's more. Underneath those chromatophores are cells called leucophores and iridophores, and these reflect light, which might help them see without using their eyes. The skin of an octopus doesn't have the lenses, retinas, or optic nerves like eyes do, but it can still respond to light. This is super handy because it means an octopus can keep an eye out, pun intended, for predators or prey, even if it's looking in another direction. Imagine if you could see your entire surroundings without even turning your head. That's part of what makes an octopus one of the coolest creatures under the sea. So next time you think superheroes with powers are just in comics, think again. We've got the octopus, the real-life, shape-shifting, multitasking, light-sensing sea super critter.
Ever had a glacier cocktail? The chilling secret of icebergs.
Glaciers and icebergs are nature's ice makers, but did you know their ice can be super old and super pure? Picture this. Chunks of ice that broke off glaciers floating in the ocean, carrying water that fell as snow up to 15,000 years ago. That's right, some of the water frozen in glaciers is from a time when woolly mammoths still roamed. What's even cooler is that this ancient ice is super pure. All the dust and impurities from the air back then got squeezed out as the ice formed and kept pressing together over thousands of years. This means iceberg water is almost like a time capsule of pureness that you can actually taste. Some companies have caught on to this and now harvest this icy treasure to make drinks and skincare products. Imagine sipping on a cocktail with ice from the last ice age, or splashing your face with the purest water that's older than many civilizations. It's like having a chilly piece of history right in your glass.
Is time ticking differently for tiny ants?
Time might fly when you're having fun, but for tiny ants, it seems to zip by all the time. Ever wonder why these little insects move so quickly? It's because they experience time differently from us. Scientists believe that smaller animals, like ants, can see more information in 1 second than a larger animal, like an elephant, or even us humans. This means their brains can process things super fast, making everything around them seem slower. It's like they have their own built-in slow-motion feature. For an ant speeding across the ground, a footstep coming down might look like it's moving through a thick cloud of honey. This rapid perception helps ants react fast to avoid being stepped on or to chase down their next meal. Imagine if you could see the world in slow motion and react lightning fast to everything. Ants are like tiny superheroes with the incredible power of experiencing a fast-paced life in their own much slower reality.
Did you know bananas can glow? Invite curiosity. Amaze with a glowing fact. Ponder how.
Okay, so everyone knows that bananas are a tasty, healthy snack, right? But there's something super cool about bananas that might just blow your mind. Here's the deal. Bananas can actually glow. But how, you might be thinking? Well, bananas are rich in an ingredient called tryptophan. Tryptophan is an amino acid, and when you expose it to ultraviolet light, it shines with a beautiful blue glow. Isn't that wild? This glow isn't visible under normal light, so you wouldn't see it just by looking at a banana during the day. You'd need a special kind of light called a black light to see this awesome banana feature. Now, the glowing isn't super bright like a light bulb, but it's enough to be noticeable in the dark when hit by UV light. Picture this, a fruit salad that glows in the dark at your next party. Now that's a way to make eating fruits extra fun. So next time you have a banana, remember there's more to this fruit than meets the eye.
Hot day. Ice cream secret. Will it melt faster in the shade or sunlight?
On a sizzling hot day, biting into a scoop of ice cream sounds perfect, right? But where should you enjoy it so it doesn't turn into a puddle? Most would say the shade, but here's the twist. Ice cream melts not only because of the sun's light, but also because of heat. Sure, staying out of direct sunlight will slow the melting a teeny bit because you're avoiding the sun's heat rays. But the real villain is the temperature of the air around you. If it's a really hot day, your ice cream will start to drip fast, even if you're hiding under a tree or inside away from windows. It's all about the air temperature, which can get pretty high whether you're standing in the sun or not. So when it's hot, eat your ice cream quickly to beat the melt, and maybe eat it while you're cooling off indoors. Follow me for more fun facts.